owner of one of these companies to get an idea of the types of care parents would be provided, or would you feel more comfortable talking to a nurse on staff?
Talk to the owner, it's a blanket statement of the whole group of hospitals or homes that he owns, and they're not going to be able to tell you how each one is managed specifically.
Okay, Ms. Klein, I see you nodding your head. Are you in agreement with that statement? Also, you'd rather speak to a nurse?
Very much so.
Also, with you, Ms. Gutierrez?
Yeah, the nurse is the one doing the caring, and I would like to know her insight as to what goes on in the facility, what services they can provide, and what things they need to improve on.
Okay, and when inquiring for help, what characteristics would a company need to have in order to make you feel the most comfortable with the services that they provide? Okay. Any?
Hi, I'm back.
Thank you. The question I just asked Ms. Voss, when inquiring for help, what characteristics of a company would make you feel the most comfortable with the services they provide?
I'd like experience, professionalism,
Can you see him? Okay.
Emphasis on training of their personnel.
Okay. What about you, Ms. Gutierrez?
The same thing, professionalism and training, how competent they are, and what qualifications they have.
Okay. In terms of training, would you be interested in learning about training requirements in particular for situations such as emergency situations, life-threatening situations, and instances like that?
Sure.
Yes.
That is going to play into the type of care that they do, if they're able to recognize when the patient is in distress or sick, or he may not be able to say or tell when they're having a problem. So I would consider somebody that is training to recognize those things.
Would you expect that to be information that's shared with you by the person you're talking or you're inquiring service from? Like, would you want that to be given up front instead of you having to ask about it?
I cannot understand you. I'm sorry.
Would you be
I'm not sure what question you're meaning.
Would you be expected for a service provider to go over those particular like life-threatening situations and how they'd react to that up front, or would you assume that they would only be addressed when someone seeks out that information?
No, I would like to listen to them discuss the measures that they take to account for situations like that up front.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
I also like it up front.
Okay, Miss Bischoff. What about you?
I guess I mean you're talking about if we're interviewing a possible facility as to what's their emergency response
Exactly.
protocol. Is that? Yes, I would want to know that up front.
Okay. And then, are there any specific requirements you think an individual caregiver should have or know how to do? For example, knowledge of fluid intakes, proper hygiene techniques, or the ability to lift heavy objects?
All of those and more.
What additional ones?
Well, I would think that they need to be able to recognize lesions, infection, fever, and things like that. That may be an indication of something else going on the patient.
Okay, and what about you, Nancy? Anything in particular?
No, I would agree with what's been said. I I would agree as well.
I think when you're looking into a facility, a lot of times you may not have all of the thoughts about everything that has to be addressed for your loved one. So the more information that the facility can give you in your interview process on how they handle certain things, because you may not think about fluid intake as a, you're not going to think about that as a regular person. So as much information as you can get would be helpful.
Okay, and then if a company offered the chance to meet caregivers before providing the services to ensure a good match with parents, is that something you'd want a company to provide? And also, would you like a care providing service to be able to switch out caregivers should your parents, for any reason, request that they receive a different caregiver?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, and why? So here's a hypothetical situation.